There's something beautiful about the exact moment when you stop trying to be exceptional. I've been thinking about this lately, about the quiet relief that comes when you finally give yourself permission to be ordinary. When you realize that the world doesn't actually need you to be brilliant every single day, that sometimes doing just enough isn't giving up, it's giving yourself space to breathe. Because maybe, just maybe, that coasting is actually a form of wisdom. You know that feeling, don't you? When you're sitting at your desk or standing in your kitchen or lying in bed, and there's this low hum of anxiety telling you that you should be doing more, that you should be optimizing, improving, reaching for the next level. That quiet voice that whispers you're falling behind while everyone else is racing ahead. It's exhausting, isn't it? This constant pressure to turn everything into an opportunity for growth. Your job becomes a chance to network and excel. Your hobbies become side hustles. Even your rest needs to be productive. Meditation apps and sleep optimization and morning routines that promise to unlock your potential. And somewhere in all of that striving, you lose track of something important, the simple piece of being good enough. I think we've forgotten that there's a difference between lazy and tired, between giving up and giving yourself a break, between failing and simply choosing not to compete in every single race that's placed in front of you. The truth is, most of us were taught that our worth is tied to our output. That love and respect are things we earn through achievement. That rest is something we have to justify, prove we deserve. So we learn to measure ourselves by our productivity, our ambition, our willingness to go above and beyond. But what if that's not actually how life works? What if your value isn't determined by how much you accomplish before noon, or how many skills you master, or how impressively you answer the question, so, what do you do? What if the quiet moments when you not trying to be anyone special, those are actually the moments when you most yourself? I want to tell you something that might sound radical in a world obsessed with optimization. It's okay to do just enough. It's okay to show up, do your work competently, and then go home without thinking about it. It's okay to have a job that pays your bills without defining your identity. It's okay to be good at things without being great at them. There's power in that restraint. Power in saying no to the endless demands for more, better, faster. Power in protecting the parts of yourself that don't need to be productive or profitable or impressive. Let me share what I've learned about finding peace in the space between giving up and burning out. First, protect your slow moments. Those times when you're moving through your day without urgency, when you're letting tasks take as long as they take, when you're present without purpose, these aren't wasted time, they're recovery time. Guard these moments like they're precious, because they are. Second, redefine what enough looks like. Enough isn't the minimum you can get away with. It's the amount that allows you to show up consistently without depleting yourself. It's sustainable. It's kind. Sometimes enough looks like exceeding expectations. Sometimes it looks like meeting them exactly. Sometimes it looks like falling slightly short, but still being present. All of these can be enough. Third, remember that your energy is finite and sacred. Every yes to pushing harder is a no to something else. To rest, to relationships, to simply existing without agenda. Start treating your energy like the limited resource it is. Ask yourself, what deserves this piece of me today? And what can wait, or be done differently, or maybe not be done at all? Fourth, let competence be its own form of excellence. There's beauty in being reliably good at something without needing to be the best, in showing up consistently without drama, in doing your work well enough that people can depend on you without having to prove anything beyond that. This steady competence is actually rarer and more valuable than the flashy excellence we're taught to chase. Fifth, practice the art of strategic mediocrity. Choose consciously where you're going to excel and where you're going to coast. Maybe you pour your heart into your relationships and do the bare minimum on household organization. Maybe you're exceptional at your craft and perfectly average at networking. This isn't failure, it's wisdom. It's recognizing that you can't be everything to everyone, including yourself. I know this might feel uncomfortable at first. The voice in your head that equates rest with laziness, that believes your worth is tied to your effort. That voice might get louder before it gets quieter. That's normal. You're rewiring patterns that have been with you for years, maybe decades. But here's what I want you to remember when that voice starts its familiar chant. You are not a machine designed for maximum output. You're a human being who deserves to exist without constantly justifying that existence through achievement. The world will not fall apart if you don't optimize your morning routine. Your worth will not diminish if you leave work at work. You will not become lazy if you stop pushing yourself to the edge of burnout. You might, instead, become something even more valuable. Present, peaceful, and sustainably yourself. There's a Japanese concept called ikigai that's often misunderstood in our culture. We turn it into another productivity framework, another way to optimize our lives for maximum fulfillment. But the original idea is much gentler. It's about finding pleasure in small, everyday things. It's about waking up with a sense of purpose that doesn't require you to change the world. Maybe your ikigai isn't building an empire or becoming the best version of yourself. Maybe it's making coffee in the morning without rushing. Maybe it's doing your work well enough that you sleep peacefully. Maybe it's having energy left at the end of the day to notice the light coming through your window. That's not settling. That's arriving. If you're tired of the constant pressure to be more, do more, achieve more, if you are ready to explore what it means to be enough exactly as you are, this channel is for you. Subscribe if you want to join a quiet corner of the internet where ordinary is celebrated, where rest doesn't need to be earned, and where doing just enough isn't giving up. It's giving yourself permission to be human, because the world needs more people who know how to exist peacefully, not more people burning themselves out trying to be exceptional. And maybe, in choosing to be gently, consistently yourself, you'll discover that's the most radical thing you could do.